He says, welcome to the frickin' Guardians of the Galaxy. Only he didn't use frickin'. Look out! I tried, guys.
What's up, guys? Django Fett here, hunting down games, comics, TV shows, movies, and more. And I hope you guys enjoyed that intro. I can't lower the camera anymore, but I had all the Funkos out of the box, and now I just put them back together. But it took me some time to create that intro, and it was fun. I gotta admit, it was pretty fun to create that. So let us talk about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. But before we talk about Volume 2, let's talk about Volume 1. Now, the first one came out, and everyone was surprised, including myself. And I just rewatched it, a couple days ago before watching the second one. And it's a good movie, man. A really good movie. And it hasn't aged a bit. It's still a very good, fun popcorn film you can watch and have a great time with. The characters you can side with, Star-Lord, Drax, and so forth, all of them are fantastic. And the visuals are just top-notch. I watched it in Blu-ray. Phenomenal experience. For some reason, the Blu-ray is like $20, $30 still online. And it's like a 3-year-old movie. I do not get that. I really don't get that at all. But it shows how much people loved it. Volume 2, might be the same thing too. I don't know. But Volume 1 is a great movie, great overall movie, great action, comedy movie. And Volume 2 had high expectations this time around. And people wanted to see a great, action comedy film with this big team coming together. So this stars the same cast as you know. Star-Lord, Drax, Gamora, Yondu is also in it, Rocket Raccoon, Groot, and then new additions like, Yondu actually being part of the team, Mantis, and Nebula as well. That would set up into that, later on in the film, but it deals with, this film in particular deals with the team completing a mission and then dealing with these gold people, and eventually they go on that adventure from that point on. That's just short and sweet, but there's so much more to it. But it's honestly a very good movie. It's a very good movie, though not a great movie, I will say. It's not better than the first movie. Now, what does this movie do right? First off, the characters. The characters are phenomenal in this movie. This is a big character piece movie with all of these individual characters that really shine throughout this entire movie. Drax, Gamora, Groot, Rocket Raccoon, Star-Lord. Every single one of these characters shined in their own way, and they all had their own spotlight. Unlike I can say for previous Marvel movies, when the big Marvel team movies, this one does it supremely well, and it's probably the best team movie I have seen yet. By far, my favorite characters were Yondu, and of course, continuing that success from the first movie is Drax, played by Dave Bautista. Holy shit, is this guy fucking amazing as an actor. I want to see more of this guy and less of the fucking Rock. I am tired of that son of a bitch, okay? But I'm cool with Dave Bautista as Drax. He is so funny, and he was the true star of the whole show, in my opinion. He was awesome. And then a lot of people don't mention is Mantis. Mantis is a new addition, and she's like a shy little character who just doesn't know how to approach people and how to really talk to people. She's just been spending time with Ego, or Chris Pratt's father, Kurt Russell, who was really good too. Honestly, after the film, I think a lot of people will go in and just pick a hero and just love him. Not just like just one is the consensus and that's it. I think every single one of these characters you can pick out and be like, yeah, I like this character, I love this character, this is my favorite character by far. This movie just does it so freaking well with all of these freaking characters. It's amazing. And they all had their own funny moments as well. This movie is effing hilarious. It is a non-stop hilarious ride. And maybe it was a little bit too much. With Baby Groot and Drax just a little bit over the top, it worked for what it was doing. I felt like it could have been just a little bit more serious and had more action, but it still worked as a comedy piece. And then the visuals are really spectacular in this film, really, really good. I will say Volume 1's visuals are much better, but Volume 2's is no slugger by any means. I meant to say slacker, not slugger. I don't know why I said slugger. Not only the characters are super fleshed out, but their backstories are just so fucking interesting. Effing interesting, man. Every single one of these characters has an interesting backstory. I will say we didn't explore Mantis that much. Maybe we can do it a little bit more with the next movie, and hopefully she has a bigger part to play and, you know, show off her action and stuff. Like, because we still don't know what she's capable of doing in the future with the Guardians of the Galaxy team. Because she is an intricate member of the Guardians of the Galaxy team. Like, you can tell from the comics, she has a main role. What she will do, we will find out in the future movies. Or movie. I don't know if they're going to do more than one Guardians of the Galaxy movie with a third one and maybe fourth one. I don't know. I just want them to probably do a great movie with a third one and see how it goes from there. Like, towards the end, the bond that Rocket and Yondu have at the end was definitely very emotional. I really did like that emotional bond they had towards the end. Really love that. I will say this movie is not better than the first movie. I like the first movie much better. I think it was a great complete movie overall. Everything flowed very well with that movie. This movie, it had to live to that high expectations of that first movie, and it kind of just doesn't do the same things, which is a good thing, which is a really good thing. It just wasn't as big and better than I would say the first one is. Now with characters, you know, fleshing out the characters, this movie does very well than the first movie. It did have the golden people who were super fucking annoying, and then it had switched to the two other sets of villains. I won't spoil. The third villain I did really like, but the second villains, yeah, throwaway villains, don't mean anything. And the movie had rocky transitions in the beginning and in the middle of the movie. It just didn't really flow that well. It just things just happened. There was just not good transitions in the movie, I would say. And then some of the visuals towards the end were just pretty surprising in a $200 million movie, and something that if I was looking at over, I would change immediately. But towards the end, it was pretty obvious that the visuals were kind of not edited properly, in a sense with the green screen. It was pretty obvious. And some of the plot points, you know, not big fan of. It could have been better, and the annoying Nebula. Holy shit, was she fucking annoying and way too over the top. She was the least interesting Guardian, I would say, in this whole movie. I did not care for her one bit, not even towards the end. I got her story, but I was just not, you know, I wasn't really invested like I was with the rest of the cast. But other than that, I really enjoyed my time with the movie, and I will be seeing it a second time in theaters this coming week, or by the time I upload this, it'll be this weekend. And I watched it last weekend. You get it what I mean. I'm watching it twice. So Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 gets a... And I forgot to mention the soundtrack. The soundtrack is very good in this movie, and the main theme song for this movie is one of the all-time greatest songs I have ever listened to. It is by Fleetwood Mac, and I just discovered Fleetwood Mac after watching trailer number 2. I'm kind of going on a tangent here, but it's very important that you listen to me. That final trailer with that fucking song, The Chain, is absolutely stupendous. It is amazing. I don't get why they didn't put the last 30 seconds of that song into the movie, but they did do it in the trailer. I will not understand. They should have done it at least once, because that part, that last 30 seconds of that song is the best part by far. But they only did like the beginning of it. But that song is fucking amazing, and it definitely made up for the whole soundtrack as a whole. It's One of the all-time greatest songs I have ever listened to. So please listen to that song. I don't know what I have to do to grab you guys. I'm gonna put annotations fucking everywhere. I'll put a link down below in the description. Just click on me or something. You gotta listen to the song. Please, just listen to it. It's just that great. It's a great song. Other than that, this movie is awesome. It's still a very good movie. Not a bad movie at all. It has some questionable things going on, but it's still a very good movie, and it's kind of disappointing in a sense that it's not better than the first one, but it's still a very good movie worth watching multiple times in theaters, and it's already made its budget in the first weekend. I think they made $420 million. I'm gonna say this right now, it's gonna make $1 billion. It's going to make $1 billion in the total box office. I'm calling it right now. So the next movie I'll review is Alien Covenant. New movie, I should say. The next movie I shall review is The Mummy. Yes, not Gods of Egypt, The Mummy. I am going to be starting a brand new Egyptian series where I'm going to be watching The Mummy 1, The Mummy 2, and the third one. Oh! But I will be doing reviews for all 3 movies leading up to the Mummy movie, which I have no fucking interest in whatsoever, but I wanted to have an excuse to watch and review those movies and talk about them, and shoot, why not? It's a good time as any, I would say. So don't forget to please like this video, comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Jango Fett, and I'll see you, my fellow Mandalorian brothers and sisters, next time. Oh, yeah!